two, one.
Hello, thank you for joining us. Today is called Maundy Thursday or Holy Thursday. I just want to go through a few things that were instituted in the original time because this is the time when we look back at the night before Jesus was crucified, the night before. And what was Jesus doing? And what does that message mean for us today? So one of the things that happened was Jesus, they were going to have their meal, the Passover meal together, which symbolizes that we, always make sure that we are true to what God has called us to do. Make sure that we're true to how God has called us to do it. So they were doing what they were called to do. They were called to have that meal, a traditional Jewish meal. They were having a traditional Jewish meal at that time for that reason. So at a certain part of the meal, Jesus got up, took off his outer cloak and put a towel around his waist. And he goes and he starts to wash the feet of his servants, of his disciples, of his followers. During that time, because people walked on dusty roads, and sometimes they had sandals, sometimes they walked. The lowest of the lowest, sometimes the lowest of the lowest slave or servant was the one who washed the feet of people coming into your home. Jesus took the place of the lowest to send a message that if we want to follow him, we can't follow him from up here. Got to get down and serve. Have to get down and see the needs. Have to get down and not be afraid to be helpful to each other. He goes to Peter. Peter says, "You're not washing my feet." But Jesus said, "If I don't, you don't get what I have for you. If I don't do this, you have no share, no part, no place in what I have." Peter said, "Don't just wash my feet, wash everything." Peter gonna say something. So Jesus says, "No, only the feet." What's the point of that? Let's make sure. Let's use every opportunity we have to let people know that our Savior lives. Our Savior reigns. By the love we share one for another. The next thing was, at the breaking of the bread, he broke the bread, gave it to the disciples. "This is my body, broken for you." Boom. Took the cup. "This is the cup of my blood. Eat, drink it." He wants us to remember when we come to his table, his broken body, his shed blood, and realize that there's victory in all of that. And there's wholeness and fulfillment when we come to the Lord's table. In the early church, they got together for the breaking of the bread and to talk about the stories of Jesus. That's how the early church did it. Sometimes we have so much fluff going on around it, but let's always focus back onto what's really important. Focusing on the broken body and the shed blood. Service, love. Let's light this world up with love. Let's light this world up with knowing how much our Savior not just lives, but reigns in our lives. Let's let the world know that God's people have more power than this world will ever comprehend. And that power starts and ends and continues in love. So on this Maundy Thursday, let's make sure that we're looking for opportunities to serve, opportunities to love, we get a chance, once all of this is over, and we come to the Lord's table, come with expectancy, come with joy, come with love, knowing that it's not just about bread and wine. It's about experiencing a fellowship with Jesus. Thank you for joining us. We're going to see you next time.